This week's update made possible by Painter Insurance and Grade Work Construction. I'm really disappointed we don't have food today. Yeah. You know, we slacked off, and to be perfectly honest with you, we had some pretty big technical challenges this week that distracted us from getting a sponsor with food. But Ivan promises me that next week we're going to have something to eat of some sort. Yes. Ivan is our Director of Business Development.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And he's a pretty sharp young man. If you run across him, say hi. But I do have fiber.
Yes, you do.
Fiber optic. This is a shameless plug because we don't have a sponsor. That I just finished a video for Pioneer Internet about how fiber works, and that I can't give them the punchline, but watch the video. Go to We're Going In America on Facebook and like and follow the page, because we put new shows up all the time. Mm-hmm. We're Going In shows they get rave reviews, but you gotta go on there to do that, and that's on YouTube. So go to youtube.com and then search We're Going In America. Good. And then you can like and follow.
Not Facebook. You'd mentioned Facebook.
You can do it on
earlier.
Facebook too. There is a Facebook page. Okay. But YouTube, the algorithms with Facebook are kind of messed up. And with YouTube, when I post a video, you know about it.
Right.
With Facebook, you're kind of 50-50, maybe not even 50-50, 20%.
Some of us don't Facebook.
I understand that.
So
do you YouTube?
I do YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I do use YouTube.
So now you can go and follow and subscribe. So anyway,
you know, there are people that are picking your videos up all the time. I get comments just ever so often about the We're Going In, where you talked about how, and then the one where we started, you talked about how to start a school up safely, 5 steps. Those have been mentioned at different times in conversations with again, just different maybe vendors or different superintendents or different people.
You know, the very first We're Going In episode was the day they broke ground on the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. We started off a series of dome.
We're the whole thing. I think there was 6 of them. We did 6 from the. If you haven't seen that, that's kind of cool. Go back to We're Going In America on YouTube, and you can watch the dome being completely built right up till
all the way to the finish,
to the very end. Yeah. So very cool. And then you can check out the fiber video while you're over there.
Yep.
What do you got going on this week?
So we have a smorgasbord, a plethora.
I noticed you've got all kinds of stuff going on.
Cornucopia of items. It's hard to know where to start, but so
you keep doing the food thing, cornucopia. You know.
Well, that was because those big brown things were so good.
Oh my!
I can't remember what they were called, but cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls, yes.
So they were so good that it's kind of taken over the front part of my brain,
so if anybody makes food and wants to be a part of this show, give Ivan a call.
So if I were to call Ivan and say, I really don't want to be on the show, I don't have anything to sponsor, but I will make something for the show, they could get like a mention, or
we could probably figure something out. Food goes a long way around here.
It absolutely does. So.
Kolaches. I'm thinking it's kolache time, isn't it?
Oh man, Lita Walton was the cafeteria manager in Drummond when I was over there, and she handmade them. But that time they could actually use sugar and white flour, so I'm not sure I'd work today with the brown sugar and brown flour. That was all you have. But she made some of the most. She made fantastic everything, but the kolaches were a particular favorite of everyone.
Very, very cool.
So, and this is kind of a food-related homecoming, it appears. So this came from Rayanna Fuchsa. Some may have known her as Rayanna Johnson before she got married to Matthew Fuchsa.
Brand new, just married.
Yes. Yep. And so she's being very traditional and taking the Fuchsa last name, which good for you, Ray. So anyway, this homecoming is Take Out the Longhorns. And that's the theme. And it's a play on fast food places. The first on Monday, it's Jersey Mike Monday. That's like a sub
I missed that.
I think.
Okay, I got it now.
You were thinking Jersey like either the cow or the football jersey. I thought it was
some sports thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't do sports, so I just okay. Go ahead.
Well, you do lift. You do work out at the Legend.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
That's going well.
Sure.
It appears. And so but that is then Jersey Day.
Okay.
So if you own a jersey, I don't know if they'd let you use a Holstein or a Guernsey or anything else. Probably just a jersey.
What if I just have a sandwich?
That would That'd be fine.
Okay, good.
That would be fine. And then Tuesday is Two-Step Tuesday. That's Western wear. I'm not sure how that works as a fast food item.
I don't get the connection there, but okay.
Although there is a restaurant here in town that makes a really good Western burger. So that would be a day maybe you could go get the Western burger.
Okay.
And you could take 2 steps forward and a step back. Or
Cook
whatever,
your food on a campfire or something.
Campfire cooking, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
And then there's What a Friend Wednesday, and that would be like dressed like twins.
Okay.
So, if you were twins, that would be even cooler that you would dress as twins on Twin
I
Day.
think we have a couple of twins
I'm
at
not
school.
sure. We do.
Seeger girls.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. We have several. Yeah. I actually have twin granddaughters, Lily and Maddie. They don't go to school here, but they are 4 years old and going to their first year of school and seem to really be enjoying that. Again, I'm not sure about the food part for What a Friend Wednesday.
You have to buy 2 of everything.
It could be. It could be. And then, of course, Thursday is have a supersonic game. Ooh. So that could be a reference to the restaurant. Could be like Supersonic Hedgehog.
Yep.
It's a game.
Yep.
So again, it doesn't give any hints on what to dress like there. Jersey Day was on Monday. Western
French
wear
fries.
Tuesday.
You could dress like French fries or something.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
that would be
Okay.
good. But again, and then there's a ton of things coming up for homecoming week next week. Now remember, tonight was this Friday was homecoming, but we switched it.
Moved it.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
And so this week, Friday, tomorrow, is senior night.
Senior night,
Okay.
which I have a piece of paper on that as well.
All right.
So let's see what else. There's the parade is next week. Begins at like 1:15, and we will start the parade further north on Mitchell Road in the gravel parking lot by the softball fields. Drive down Mitchell to 3rd to Main, Main to Iowa. We will end in the parking. We'll end the parade in the pool parking lot.
Well, I'm glad you finished that with parking lot.
Yes, because
Okay.
the
And
pool
that
parking
would,
lot.
it doesn't have any water in it right now. Yeah.
Right. That's why you could park in it.
Okay. Good.
So you can't when it's full. There's no parking allowed. So that's the directions. And again, stay tuned because this is a moving target on a lot of these
Subject to
details.
change.
Yes.
Is there going to be a bonfire?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But it does not mention it, and I believe a little bit of the the distancing and stuff. We're trying. I think maybe we're not doing that, but
Gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
So leading, that's next week. That will not be this Friday night
Correct.
game.
Now we're talking
going to
about. Now we're going to talk about
Yes.
this Friday.
Well, and one last thing about homecoming, it's the Thursday because the next day is fall break.
Oh,
so it's going to be
that's
Thursday
really important.
the 15th.
Yeah, the ball game and homecoming is on a Thursday, not a Friday.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then tonight, or not tonight, but this Friday night
Yep.
when we play football, this is the fall sports senior parents game night. That's when all the seniors stand up with their parents and they go out on the field. And they're supposed to be there by 6:25 on Friday, and they need to wear a mask out on the field.
Okay.
I
I saw somewhere there wasn't going to be a group photo. There was just going to be all the individual seniors.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But that's for senior night.
Yeah.
I would call and check if you have any doubts if that's not.
Okay. I thought I saw intercepted some official document that there probably wasn't going to be a senior night.
Okay.
I mean a group photo.
Could have been.
Okay.
Again, one of the biggest things we are telling. I've got a little discussion about some restrictions for COVID stuff. The biggest challenge we have is when people get in groups, because then you can't distance, and then if one person gets it or shows that they were tested positive, then it affects a great many people, and so that's a challenge for us, which we're going to talk a little bit about as well here on today. So again, 6:25 on Friday on the east side of the field, and wear a mask to be on the field. Last week we did not have anybody test positive for the COVID.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, we
Good
have
sign.
our ups and downs. We've had a
Yep.
couple of weeks with none, and we had the 1 week where we had 4 students and two staff, and kind of knocked that in the head a little bit. But none last week,
Good.
and so far this week I think we have 1 or 2 that are suspect, but I'm not sure if they're completely. I don't know if they've tested completely positive yet or not. I'm not sure how that worked out, but might have some.
You
this
can
week.
test partially positive?
No, you can like be needing to test and that you may be showing symptoms, but you haven't tested.
Gotcha.
So
clarification.
that was not clear. I
Okay.
apologize
Good
for
deal.
that. Also, I had a question about how to purchase signs to go on the fences in the softball,
I'd
baseball,
actually thought
football.
of that myself. I thought we needed an All About Hennessey sign
Yes.
on there. So how do you do that?
So
This is the fence, the inside of the fence on the football field.
well, football field has it, but also the baseball and softball field.
That's true.
So you
whichever
could do,
your sport of choice is, or all of them.
or all of the above would be
So
great.
how do you get a sign?
Well, so this won't be exactly how you get the sign, but this will be who you would want to call to talk to.
This would get it started.
Right. This would be you would call Coach Hicks. He's our athletic director, and he can help you get you the right people depending on what signage you want to put up and where.
Okay.
We are still, excuse me. We have the capacity to do a lot in the dome, but we haven't gotten that far to exactly how that's going to work in with everything else, and so we're just talking about baseball, softball, and football fields right now.
Okay.
The dome will come.
I'll put the contact information in the description of this video, so you
Perfect.
can go down there after watching this and find out who to call, how to call.
Very nice.
Okay.
The cards that were distributed where you can get, I think it was $250 of groceries.
Oh, this is the free grocery card.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. The
Okay.
P-EBT card. And some folks maybe didn't get that, or they were wondering why they didn't get it, or what the deal is up with that. And there's a website, and it's studentdatainfo at ste.ok.gov or 405-521-3020, and they will help you.
Okay, and I'll put that in the description of this
Yeah.
video. That's really important because that's like a lot of money.
Yeah, $250.
Yeah.
That's a good chunk of food.
And that works at the grocery store or wherever you need. Just use it like
wherever
a
food
debit
is
card.
sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, now let's see. The other thing I want to talk about loosening restrictions last, because that's one I
Gotcha.
get a lot of discussion about. This is really neat. The 5th and 6th grade students, if you're interested in playing basketball, you need to contact Dustin Vinson at 405-410-2781 or Chandra Seeger at 405-853-5900. The deadline is Thursday, October 15th, which,
Well, that's coming up fast.
what else is on Thursday, October 15th? That we just talked about.
Homecoming?
Exactly. Good job. Nicely done, Jack. That lifting weights has paid off for you. So deadline is Thursday, October 15th to sign up for 5th and 6th grade basketball. The reason that's brought up, and I think it's really important we get that information out, is in the past, I think 6th grade and 5th and 6th grade have played kind of as a school sport. This time it is as a town league. It's not as a school-sponsored sport.
Right. But they use school property
Yeah,
and equipment.
we support them every way we can, and they are part of our family. So
Okay.
I will leave that with you.
Thank you.
Um,
And
this
we'll
is-
post this. We'll put this on All About Hennessey and allaboutHennessey.com so you have
Perfect.
that information.
Fantastic. This is just informational stuff. If you wanted to kind of know what our enrollment is like, we have 2 kids that are 3-year-olds that are going at full day, and those students have special situations that they attend.
Wow.
And then our pre-kindergarten, we have 45. That was a little bit down, but most of that was because of the, it's not mandatory. 4-year-olds aren't. It's a completely voluntary. And I think there was just fear with the kids being little and not exposed, so there wasn't as much of an enrollment. Kindergarten has got 64. 1st grade has 65. 2nd grade has 57. 3rd grade has 61. 4th has 58. 5th has 64. And 6th grade has a whopping 75. That's a fair sized number for us to have 75. 7th grade has 67. 8th grade has 58. 9th grade has 69. 10th grade has 48, and that's an unusually small class. 11th grade has 55, and 12th grade has 58, for a total of
Drum roll.
864
Now,
students enrolled.
your first year here was, I think, the peak of graduation. We had like 80. It was close to 80
that was
graduating.
The class of 80 was a little bit unusual because there were some students that stayed an extra year and some things. There was the one year that the seats were completely filled to capacity in the
Filled
auditorium. Which
in fact,
now
we did an overflow
right
into the other
into
room,
the seminar room, which now that's not going to be an issue anymore as far as the number of kiddos that are there for graduation, because we can seat about 2,000 folk. And
the Eagle Event Center.
And I tell you what, if you have not been up there and heard the sound, once you can come back on site, that deal, that's a
I got to tell you,
fantastic.
I know of at least 3 major events that are so ready to go to do something in there. It's just we can't. We just can't do public stuff
Stuck
yet.
right now with a little bit on pause, but that leads us into the next discussion, and that is on loosening restrictions. I talked with Christopher Choate, one of our fine board members today. We were discussing this.
He was actually here the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of around town.
Yep.
He's got a lot of businesses going on. We really have an outstanding board. We have James Matusik is the president right now. Joe Garrison is the vice president. Luke Lau is the I think he'd be the clerk. I think Patrick is a member, and then Christopher. And I get the blasts because they kind of rotate off. I think Christopher, then Patrick. But those are all the folks on the board, and again, they do a great job and have a lot of care for our kiddos. But what we were talking about was, when can we start loosening some of the restrictions? And so we were discussing that one of the things that has been very traditional and very enjoyable for parents is after the game to go out on the field with their player and have that moment, take some pictures, something like that. And we have just not been able to do that because, again, of the restrictions to deal with COVID. Before I forget, the girls volleyball team ended their season with regionals this weekend. And so,
yes, I saw that. I was unable to attend. We were kind of backed up with more technical things, but yes, they did.
Yeah,
they wrapped up their year.
Had a good season.
Came back from COVID thing and
that
finished
was
it off.
Man, to go have 2 weeks of quarantine. You don't get to play. You don't get to practice.
Because they play a lot. They play like twice a week or something.
They do.
It's like a softball thing. Okay.
Or a basketball. So.
Yep.
But again, congratulations to the season they had. So one of the things that we want to do to loosen up the restrictions a little bit, again, talked with Coach Hicks about this, is they always meet in a large group at the end of the players all meet in a huddle, coaches. So what we're going to do is bust the huddle, and once the huddle busts up, then the parents can go out on the field. And I haven't got to talk with all the other staff. I apologize for not getting with them first, but the show must go on. So that's why we're doing this. But
okay, so the players will do
game's
their huddle.
over.
Okay, and
they
then
all
they'll
meet
break
in
up.
well, then they go down to the end zone, and they have their talk. As soon as they get done, instead of going immediately to the dressing room, they're going to be able to go with their
Disperse out
parents.
onto the
But
field.
they need to spread. Yeah, they need to spread out because again, it's not so much because we have rules that we've made that we want you to spread out. We've seen the consequence of the spread of the virus
2 weeks ago.
right. And so the only things that we can do to control that is distancing and masks. And we just, again, I can't cover that enough. I sat and watched a statewide Zoom meeting today with the State Department, the State Superintendent, Ms. Hoffmeister was there. They always give their state of the situation. And I don't think folks realize the readiness there is to shut school down completely on a state level.
I was listening to NPR. I was in Stillwater this morning, and on the way back, New York, city of New York, is a mess. Absolute mess. I mean, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
And we are very, very, very fortunate. Even in the state, Hennessey's very fortunate.
Absolutely, and that's the thing is we're getting pressured on all sides that we need to be doing more. We need to be doing this. The guidelines keep changing, but the two things that we need help on is just be understanding that the distancing. If we can show that you had a mask and you had distance, then we won't have to quarantine that person. But if we have a large mass of folks that are all together and we can't say definitely that person wasn't within the time frame, then that person would be quarantined, and that's kind of what again got us in volleyball and football. We're not doing this again because it's just something we enjoy doing. We're doing it to try to avoid the ultimate situation of shutting down school.
Shut the whole school down.
And then you got the whole everyone. We've been through it, so everyone knows what that's all about. And I noticed one of the things that Ms. Hoffmeister really focused on was she just doesn't know what we're going to do come basketball season. That's really very concerning because now you're inside. You got a little break because football was outside, but now we're going to be close quarters, packed in, yelling, hollering, close. And so the Oklahoma State, Oklahoma School Secondary Athletic Association or Activities Association, they put their guidelines out, which is the ones that govern high school sports, and they are leaving it up to the local districts.
Really?
So it's basically do what you want, but the consequences are yours.
So it's up to us to decide, do we let visitors or any spectators in or whatever.
Right.
The advantage of basketball, if you would, is we are able to, not me, Patrick Courtney, is able to very nicely do live broadcasts of the game. So as much as you really would like to be there, we can maybe do the next best thing with broadcasting their feed on All About Hennessey, where you can, just like you're there, but you don't have to take the risk.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And then again, that is an option for folks who would be in a high-risk area. I would certainly recommend that. We've got some plans in place as far as it goes with how we limit interactions with the seating and the way that the walking track can be divided up easily on sides and stuff like that. But what I would like for everybody out there to do is to send me as an email what you would like to see us loosen up. What would you like for us to do differently? What is it? There's some things that won't happen. We will not quit wearing masks in the classrooms and in the common areas in the schools. Again, when was the last time we talked about having a grade school student that had the COVID?
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Because they wear the mask like all the time.
Yes, and they do such a good job of I mean, they're always walking down the hall with their hands out so they stand apart.
I walked in and they all looked like zombies.
Yeah,
they all had their arm out. It was for the distancing.
The zombie
thing.
train.
Yes.
Going, but and again, I think that's a credit to the teachers and the staff because as they get a little older, you have a little less control, and they're out driving motorcycles and pickups and stuff like that, and so going out on dates, and you just don't have near as many 3-year-olds driving publicly.
Good point.
So, but let me know what if we could do something. What would it be? What would you like to see loosened up the most? And again, every action has a reaction, and there is a consequence to everything we do. But I would really like to know what you guys as a community would really want to do differently than what we've been doing, and we'll see what we can do. And
this is the time to communicate nicely. Okay, nicely.
That'd be helpful.
Please. So comments to this video and emails directly to Dr. Woods.
Right.
His email is in the description of this video. And not creative. We don't want, maybe not creative. We want constructive comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Things that are real. Again, things that we're doing that you would like to see us be able to loosen up. One of the things I really felt helped the dome get built was the fact that the community involvement in it, with having the walking track going and some things like that. If you got some thoughts on that, some of the things you'd like to see us be able to do, again, let me know. And again, those are things we'll start working on.
Sure.
And the reason I gave you the board members' names is because that's who represents you in these decisions as well. So,
very good.
So anyway, let us know what we can do that would really make you guys a lot happier as far as a community involved with the school and our COVID.
A good way to help make things happen are to email, instead of putting snide remarks on Facebook, email Dr. Woods directly and express your concerns and comments and suggestions, and things can happen. And then, of course, come to school board meetings where you can listen to what's happening.
Right. Well, and again, there's people sometimes will tell me they're going to go tell the school board. Well, I welcome that because they do represent you, and so come to the meetings. If there's too many, you may not get a cookie or a bottle of water.
There's cookies at the school board meetings.
Homemade.
Yes.
Well,
sort of, kind of. Yeah. You didn't make
handmade. I didn't, but they're not like packaged.
Right.
They could be because they're that
good stuff. Okay.
But,
you can go to a city council meeting and there ain't got nothing. You go to a school board meeting and there's cookies.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
bring a date. Kind of a night out thing. Cheap date.
It's going to be homecoming week, and the theme was food. So we're going to have the cookies and stuff for the Monday night board meeting, which is the next Monday. is the next board meeting, is the October board meeting, and we're going to have food.
Very good.
Just in line with our homecoming activities.
I love it.
Anyway, we need to hear from you guys.
All right.
That's all I got, Jack.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Exciting that we had no new cases, and hopefully we can see the light at the end of the tunnel
We need
here
that
soon.
we need that to go on for a good long length of time.
Yeah,
So we can again justify making some changes.
you bet. All right. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching. See you next week. This week's update made possible by Painter Insurance and Grade Work Construction.